the regular season, folks. The Miami Dolphins are on a losing streak, though. Yeah, they lost their last 2 games. So this is the last game of the season. And if they want to get it together before the end of the playoffs, they better beat New England. New England is not going to the playoffs. They're not good enough. Let's look at the standings. New England is 5-10. If the 12-3 Miami Dolphins lose the last game of the season to the 5-10 New England Patriots, I don't know if they're going to beat Buffalo. Because they're going to have to go through Buffalo to get to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Pittsburgh just allowed into the playoffs. They got a playoff berth. Dallas Cowboys, they finally get themselves a playoff berth. New Orleans Saints have been given a playoff berth. All right. It's time to do this. Miami, New England, and we're obviously in New England with the snow, so. Damn, they're going to kick it off to us? They're really betting on that defense, aren't they? All right. Here we go. Throwback. Koch to McGee. McGee's going to get it at the 4. And he is fighting this weather right now. And you know New England knows how to run through it. This is what they do. And so if you remember last week's game, they lost it because of hand. Yeah, we're going to probably go with Higgs. The kid kind of lost his spot on first string with that. When you lose the game like that, your credibility isn't really there. Just got to make sure nobody gets in front. Flanagan, he's on a run. All right. We can all see that was okay. 29-yard gain. These guys need to go into the playoffs with momentum, and there's no better punching bag in the league than New England. They better give it to them. Higgs, 4 yards. That's probably more than they got in the last 2 games on the ground, honestly. But the one thing they're going to know is that this weather is going to require them to stay on the ground, unfortunately. Only a fool will throw in the snow constantly. Briars gets 2 on the play. 3rd and 3. Marino back to pass. Looking. Bounce Briar. Got him! What a dive catch. 34-yard gain. They're taking it slow. That's what you do. When you want to go ahead and enter the freaking playoffs, you take it slow your last game. Catch your momentum. Oh my freaking gosh. That was supposed to be a run play. I think it was a real big mix-up on the field. And for that reason, the game just got real. We go from talking about how good it is to, throw her down. Oh, they were able to get him on a 2-yard gain. Whew. Let's take a look at this defense real quick. Who's our guy? Brooks, Gallagher, Vincent. Oh, Oliver, he's still out. All right, Vincent is our DB. We have a couple of guys right now who's in good condition. I think this is Vincent, right? Yeah, okay. Woo! Vincent got him down for a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 8. Interesting to see what they do here. Blitz! Got him down and they got the safety. The defense prevails. Now that was a good defensive play call for the defensive coordinator there. He kind of knew where they were going with that. McGee's going to get it back at the 34. He's trying to run, but only gets 10 yards. It's tough to run in this weather. Even New England, who should be accustomed to it, was only able to get 5 wins this season. So you can see that the weather was too much for them as well. Marino, over precautious of throwing another interception. He's thrown 2 now. As you can see, 1 last game, 1 now. Talk about somebody who's only thrown like 6 in the season before these last 2 games. Ooh, Marino slips. Looks, can't find him. Runs and goes out of bounds. He's becoming a mobile quarterback. Well, not so much mobile, we'll say. I mean, he is pretty slow. It is what it is. Marino again back to pass. He's going to Briers, right to the chest. Briers, he got room. And he gets 6 on the play. Where do they go from here? Their offense is a little stagnant to me. They're not really producing the yards they normally would. You can see the offensive coordinator is going to the bag of tricks right now. 2nd and 3, and they're going in the shotgun. They probably want a touchdown right here. Flanagan. Moving. 10, 5. Touchdown, Miami. And that's what you want to see right there. The momentum shifting in their favor. What a weird score, 8-0. And that makes 9-0. Miami is doing as they should, cleaning up a 5-10 team to enter the playoffs. Stoyanovich boots this one deep out the Bel Air, and that's in the end zone, and he's going to touch that one back. Well, how do you start these quarters? I mean, New England right now, in my opinion, really need to stay on the ground. That's probably their best bet. And that's exactly what they do. He gets 5 on the play. That was good blocking right there. You can see they actually had a good core ready for Oliver. Wait, yeah. And they knew it was coming. 4-yard loss. What, you get 4, you lose 4, right? And again, they're staying on the ground, but Robert's on the run. 50, 40, 30, 20. Oh, they get him down at the 14. Oh, my gosh. They got to keep watching the ground. New England is not going to pass. They need to recognize that. To actually let him run like that and threaten the score. 1-yard gain. Again, they're keeping this on the ground. And they are in field goal range too, by the way. For you viewers who didn't get it, they're at the 14. Missed the dive. And, oh, they was able to get him. 7-yard gain, though. This is 3rd and 1. Let's see how they pull out here. And this is all from groundwork, okay? They have not done one single pass play. Now they're passing it. All this time to throw. Where is the defense? Not there. Touchdown. 0186H. I have no. What? Hugh Holder. There we go. What was that? Giving us his social security number, folks. I don't know about that kick. Oh, he barely chip it in. They keep the game close. 9-7. All right, I got 2:58 left on the clock. Miami has more than enough time to score. McGee's going to get this at the 10, and he's trying to run his way into something, and he's doing it. He's doing it. He goes out of bounds. Great job. He gets down at the 39, pulling an extremely large run there. Marinzio's going to work out of the shotgun. Snap the ball, looks around. I don't know if he has an open receiver. It's looking rough out there. He's going deep to Fryer. He got it! Fryer got it! First down. And I'm sure they're going to immediately go with a timeout. Even though they could have waited for that. But no, they weren't going to get this 2-minute warning. All right. Marino back to pass again in the shotgun. He's immediately taken off out of the pocket. That was interesting for him. He goes out of bounds. He gets 5 yards on the play. Well, they're definitely in field goal range. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. 2nd and 4. We're going to Higgs. Gets 3 on the plate. And that clock's running down. I know they want to score. 3rd and 1. And they're going to Flanagan. That's his #1 receiver right now. And it's not his #1 on the depth charts. Flanagan won't go down. 1st down. And the clock is still running. They're quick to run a play right now. 3 yards. Briars, he gets 1. The clock is still running. 2nd and 1. Marino snaps. This time the defense is coming. 1-yard loss, and they're going to call a timeout there. Well, this is interesting to see what they do. But we know all season, when they get this close to the end zone, they back up. Marino backs up nearly 9 yards. Look at it. He was at the 1. He snaps the ball out of the shotgun. Got open receivers. I got it. Higgs. Touchdown. Mark Higgs. When that hand goes up in the snow, you know they really wanted it, folks. Stoyanovich looks, kicks. It's good. And they have command of this game again. 16-7 with 12 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. And New England's they're going to run it out. Interesting. A few seconds left. They're going to probably let this time run. Yeah. 18-yard return on the play. Well, that was an interesting 2nd quarter right now. Miami was able to pull in that last point there to end that quarter with something. All right, let's see here. Marino got the most yards on the ground. 3 attempts, 16 yards. Robler, 775 yards. Very nice, but Marino is definitely passing his butt off with 157 yards with 1 interception, but he is throwing 87% of his passes. Parker, on the other end, he might have 100% completion, but he only completed 1 pass because he only threw 1 pass. All right, let's see how this 3rd quarter hits off with Miami kicking it off to New England. Stoyanovich kicks it high, far, deep, and I don't think they're going to run that out of the end zone. Nope, I'm a mind reader, folks. Well, I think Miami's kind of on to how they're playing this game. They clearly want to stay on the ground. It looked like another run being prepared. It is. And Oliver was all over it, but he attempted to get a 4-yard gain. That's one thing they have to be wise of. They just don't pass it. You only get 4 shots right at what they're going to pick. This defensive coordinator needs to be better, and he's not right now. Look at this. They're running. They should not run on this defense. They're almost exposing their weakness going into the playoffs, and I think teams are going to take notice of this. And Thurman Thomas is ready to run on these guys. The defense is putting it in. 1-yard loss. Well, finally, they stepped up to the run. You got to respect the run. I think the defense is gritting their teeth. They might have the play here. They might have it. Nope, they don't. But they got guys ready for it. There they go. They got linebackers who are extra ready for it. 3rd and 6, they should look for a pass. It'd be most likely of them to pass here. Well, it would have behooved them to pass there, but no. And the races are off. Roll Bears on the run. 20, 50. No. They get them down at the 16. There it is. That run game. It's going to kill them. Even when I think they're going to pass it, they're running it. And the defense is on it. 4-yard loss, but they are in field goal range. 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look and see how these guys react here. I tell you what, I'd love to see Miami pick this style up and run like this. Again, another running play. My God, he's just bulling through people. 11-yard gain. 3rd and 2. Well, we know what they're going to do. It's just which one of these runs they're going to do. The defense is stacked in. And they're all over it. Blitz. 2-yard loss. All right. 4th and 4. And now they're forced to kick the field goal. They're really wearing this defense out. Kick is up. Looks kind of, and chips his way in. 16-10. All right, folks. Let's see how we're going to have our favorite team, Miami Dolphins, react. What would have kicked that far? I think he's going to let some time go. No, the time didn't even run when he hit the touchback. I think they need to review that. All right, they're going to be at the 20. Marino's looking around, kind of hesitating on the snap a little bit. I wonder what's going on. Snaps the ball, working out of the shotgun. Quick to find Flanagan. Up the middle. Flanagan's gone. And he gets hit. I tell you, their run speed is a little bit different than their run speed, seems like. These guys really know how to run in the snow, New England. And Marino wants to show that he knows how to pass in the snow. Oh, pass blocked. The offensive coordinator is getting with the offense a little tight. He needs to know who's this guy. Flanagan, obviously, but that's it. All right. All right, we got the play. We got the play. Marino licks his palms, working out the shotgun. Find Pryor, the only one open. He cuts in, gets 7 on the play. It's nice to see. All right, they probably want to look at some ends here. Oh. Surprisingly, they got Hand on the field. It's nice to see him come back out after that fumble that cost them the game last game. At least they still believe in him, one way or another. Marino runs out of bounds, but not before getting a first down. 6 on the play. All right. Well, 36 seconds left in the third quarter, folks. 16-10. Miami has the ball, and they're at the 50. And they hand off the Hand. Well, he gets 1 on the play, but he held on to it. I think that's the most important thing there. He gets his confidence back. 2nd and 9. Marino's working out the shotgun. No surprise there. Don't find anybody. He's running for it. And Marino again gets 8 yards on the play. He is really showing them that if you guys are going to run, I'm going to run. Because nobody on that team is passing. Literally. 3rd and 1. Marino's in the shotgun. I think he might find somebody. He's looking for Sam. He got him. Sam gets a first down. Nice catch. 27 yards on the play. And that'll end the third quarter. We're going to begin the fourth quarter with 16 Miami, New England 10. And the way this game is going, I think Miami might score. Miami actually have motion in the backfield. Marino. Looking. Found Sam! Touchdown! What a play! I haven't seen that one all game. Tom Sam. 22-10. Dan Marino, both hands up, signaling we're going to enter these playoffs on the high note. Stoyanovich kicks it straight through the upright. 23-10. Jordan's on their side. Here we go. Stoyanovich kicks this one deep out to Belair. Where are we going with this? Belair's going to touch that one back. Now, you still got a whole quarter ahead of you. And New England has been running down their throats. And Oliver managed to pick them up with only a 5-yard gain. Well, with them understanding that they're only running the ball, the defense should still be doing a better job at stopping these runs. And they're going to bring out the scales there. Third down. Nope, they didn't get it. Well, they're only off 1 yard. Hard to believe they're going to pass on this play, right? Burnham couldn't get him up the middle. He fumbled it. They got it. Miami has the ball and Burnham is running. Side change. That's it. Miami has the ball. Now that's a change up. And Marino's going to hand this off to Briers, who's getting stopped up, but he's managing to break a tackle or two. Pulls 4 on the play. They just don't have any speedsters in the backfield to really run. And the only reason why Marino is getting up there is because the defense is not expecting him to run. Of all people, Dan Marino, come on now. Running, and that's what he's doing tonight. He's going out of bounds, getting first downs. 5 yards here, 4, 6 yards there. That's making the difference right now. And I think teams are going to have to recognize that into the playoffs, that he's developed some foot game. Midway through the season, Marino looked like he's ready to take a shot. No, he goes out of the bounce. He gets 7-yard gain. He practically had the whole team after him. I think they know he's just going to run it every time. Marino again back to pass out of the shotgun. He just doesn't have any open receivers. He goes out of bounds. He gets the first down. I think he's taunting them now at this point. Well, their best bet will be to let this time go out. Get a professional runner to run at this point. 1 yard gain. And they're going to let that time go past the 2-minute warning. They're really needing to eye what they're going to do here. 2nd and 5. It's a handoff to Hand with the play breaks up immediately. Hand! He turns the play around. What a break in the backfield. You get hit with a 2-minute warning now. Robert Hand just redeemed himself. If you see that mix up in the backfield and he turns it around, Stojanovic clicks it straight through the uprights, and you got a weird score of 30-10, folks. Well, it looks like Miami has truly prevailed this game, and they will be going into the playoffs with some form of momentum. Belair's going to touch that one back. I don't know what it's going to take these guys to pass. This could be a pass here. It actually is. That's a first. They do such a good job at it. That's practically their second pass play on the game. Maybe third. They must be, got to be 75% pass completion percentage right now. And yet they still remain to be on the ground. There it is. Oh, nope, they got him. They actually sacked him. R. Brewer, you know, he wanted to sack all game. You can't sack a running back. But you can sack a QB. 2nd and 14. And again, they're going with a run. Look like Robert's going off script. Gets pulled down at the line of scrimmage. They're going to call a timeout. They're going to stretch this out for whatever reason. This is their last game of the season, by the way. Last game, these fans are actually going to enter the dome here. Or Coliseum, I want to say. McDonald sacks them. 4th and 21 at this point. This is your New England Patriots. And you can see the stands are still full. That look like all the fans are going to be here. It's as if they anticipate them winning back-to-back Super Bowls in the future with a Tom Brady. But that still ain't enough, even with a deep pass. A few seconds left on the clock. I'm sure Miami's just going to run this time out. They don't even want to sit on it. Yep, they're going to run it. 2-yard game from Briers, and there goes your game, folks. 30-14, Miami triumphs over New England. And that will complete the regular season, folks. But let's talk about Marino. 8 running attempts, 45 yards. That is a career high for him tonight. 218 yards in the sky, 1 interception. Well, all right, folks, that's it. That is it. Well, I think we can possibly look at the playoff data, can't we? No? No, we won't be able to until we hit next match, and we don't want to do that until next time. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Next time we play, we're going to be in playoffs. I don't know who we're going to go against, but I'm damn sure know we're going to have to go through Buffalo. You can see they just beat Indy. They just destroyed New York 17-41. Then they beat me 20-7. They lost against Philly. 1, 2, 3. They're on a 3-game win streak. We're on a 1. All right, guys. Till next time.